Welcome to our channel.
We're Daires and Akilah Grant of DIY Power Couple.
In this video, we're going to share with you a complete laundry room makeover.
Be sure to stay to the end to see the benefits of updating your laundry room.
We really enjoyed this laundry room makeover because it was for our neighbor and it challenged our creativity in a small space.
We'll show you how we did each item on our DIY list to create the final look. Now let's get into it.
We removed the wire shelf, but the brackets were hard to take off, so we kept them on to reattach the shelf later.
Follow us on Instagram at diypowercouple to see behind-the-scenes pics of projects like this one.
We got the appliances out of the way, and our plan was to start the makeover at the top of the laundry room and work our way down to the floor.
We cleaned the space and used a fast patch compound to smooth over dents in the wall. At first, we were just going to spray a little stain blocking primer over an old water leak stain and the vent. It looked so fresh. We were surprised at such a difference it made, so we ended up spraying the entire ceiling.
For this project, we removed the trim molding but kept the baseboards in place.
Our neighbor picked cool tones from the same blue color strip and brought samples to test them out.
We always recommend testing the color choice in your space because paint really does look different when it dries on your wall.
Since the walls were already light, we used a satin enamel paint plus primer.
We created a calm space by painting the darker blue color on the side walls, around the brackets, and up 1/3 of the wall behind the washer and dryer.
It turned out that these two variations of the same blue undertones complemented each other nicely and worked well in this space. We painted the light blue color on the remainder of the walls.
This small galley-style laundry room also functions as a mud room because it is the passageway from the garage into the home. It was important to brighten this area and make it look welcoming.
Adding a decorative outlet plate is easy and adds to the newness of the project. We replaced the builder grade outlet plate to a more updated version to match our metals in the appliances and new light fixture.
This ultra white paint was nice and bright. It refreshed the baseboards and trim. We also ended up painting both doors. Now it was time to add peel and stick vinyl flooring tile to the accent wall behind the washer and dryer. We used 12 by 24 inch Carrara marble peel and stick vinyl flooring tiles, pulled from separate boxes to control the pattern, along with moisture control adhesive and 3/16 inch spacers. The moisture control adhesive was applied sparingly and in sections so the tile adhesive could also bond to the wall. Peel and stick is very easy to put on the floor or wall, but you should be gentle when removing the backing so pieces of paper don't remain on the tile adhesive. Also remember that tiles will stick to your gloves or hands. A good idea is to hold the sides of your tile when pulling off the backing. Each tile on this project was placed in the same direction, facing left according to the arrows on the back of the tile. We outlined the location of our first tile to make sure it was level with the ceiling and wall so that the other tiles would also be level when we added the spacers. Pressing the tile to the wall is a big part of the adhesion process. The harder and more you press, the more likely it is your tile will stay on the wall. The biggest challenge for the accent wall was finding a way to keep the tile straight, cut holes for the clips, and make sure the tile was in line for each spacer. Using a box cutter really helped us with specialized cuts. A sharp box cutter will not split or fray tile. It will give you the ability to poke holes in exact spots and carve patterns. In our opinion, This is a great tool to have when using peel and stick tile. As you can see, the box cutter helped us to align our cuts with the spacers and continue to press down on the tiles so they would stay on the wall. The tiles were also pressed upwards against the spacers to keep the spacers from falling.
Once all the peel and stick tiles were positioned, the accent wall sat overnight to allow the adhesive to bond to the wall before grouting. We switched out the light fixture while we waited.
The laundry room had a standard bulb which was changed to a 12-inch LED flush mount light in brushed nickel.
We definitely worked together for this install because someone needs to hold the light while the other person connects the wires. The next day, we removed all spacers from the tile and grouted the seams. We also grouted the spaces around each bracket. Since our neighbor wanted to keep the shelving to hang clothes on, we created the accent wall to add dimension to the space and camouflage the wire shelf a bit. We were glad that it was easy to pop back into place. A small upgrade to this area would be a nice touch.
We added a floating shelf to hold the laundry detergent.
Making sure your shelf is level is one of the most important things you can do before install.
We installed 75-pound drywall anchors and screws where there were no studs to hold the shelf in place.
We wanted to leave this space open and not add bulky cabinets, so the floating shelf gave a little more storage and a clean line. All the DIY items for this laundry room makeover were coming together so nicely. Now it was time to update the flooring. Since this area gets a lot of traffic, we wanted to install a vinyl plank flooring because it's durable, stylish, and easy to clean.
Our biggest challenge was cutting all 4 door jambs to allow the planks to slide under for a cleaner look.
We use spacers to allow the flooring to expand in the humid conditions and varying temperatures of a laundry room.
We made sure that we had adequate knee protection for this flooring install. Vinyl plank flooring interlocks and does not need to be glued to the subfloor like peel and stick tiles. They can easily be placed over existing flooring. This creates what is called a floating floor, which is simple to replace or repair.
We used a box cutter to cut the planks to size. You can see the entire install of this vinyl plank flooring by clicking the link in the description. Once our last plank was in, we used a miter box and saw to cut pieces of the waterproof molding. We used the quarter-round molding to cover the small gaps between the planks and the baseboard. We simply glued them to the baseboards to give the floor a nice finished look. To us, the laundry room floor transformation was amazing. Let's see what our neighbor had to say.
What do you like about it?
It looks great. I mean, what I had before, was just a laundry room, but this looks like a completely new room, and I don't mind being in it. My neighbors are better than your neighbors.
Here are some of the benefits to updating your laundry room. Let us know in the comments, how would you update your laundry room?
And if you like videos like these, be sure to check out our other videos and subscribe to our channel for more DIY.
And remember, you can DIY too.
DIY Power Couple YouTube channel is your source to help you unleash your inner DIY power.